Why, hello from my cage here in the Waterfall 1 unit of the Mood Disorders program here, where literally I am like a caged animal, except free at the same time to spend my birthday writing a book that has finally been able to become relevant to more than just those interested in a spiritual alternative way of being and living. Now, as you can see, I have fallen apart, just like my glasses that got damaged in the transport over, and you know what? I'm totally good with that, because in the scheme of things, these babies were bought for me by an ex-boyfriend who allowed me to be a fully supported unmarried housewife that had a lot of privileges and yet also had the nickname Easy Life, because my life was so easy dealing with him and his life and everything that was required to be 18 years younger than my partner, who was a mentor and ultimately had 2 kids and an ex-wife and a whole life for me to have to fit mine into. And at the time I was okay to do it because I didn't know any better. I didn't know what it was like to actually be an adult or an empowered woman. And so I said, hey, giving up what isn't even mine yet for something that isn't mine either sounds like a good trade-off. And for 3.5 years I lived in England with him and his kids when they came, and I got to have an incredibly blessed experience. And I'm so beyond grateful. And for a long time I did not know how to share my story without sharing too much of his. And I didn't want to unhinge him, nor did I want to expose myself and my own inadequacies of being able to support myself, because for so long he supported me, and then I moved home, and yes, I made my own money and I was really good at what I did to an extent, but I also wavered because I wanted to work and play hard the way that I had seen him do, minus the play. And so I did it in an unhealthy way, and it became a coping strategy that ultimately sabotaged and undermined me in a huge way for years. And now it's been 4 years since I moved home from England, having left and ended that relationship, with full gratitude in my heart for the fact that every experience that I gained while in it then led me to having to unpeel layers of someone else's story in order to get back to myself. And not just his, but everyone else's, including my own family's, including friends, including other mentors. All of these people contributed the best that they had access to, and in the process I took their stories and used them as veils to cover who I truly was. And so for years it has been a matter of piling on and taking off, and piling on and taking off. But what if instead I looked at it as if it was a matter of filling and then unfilling, and filling and pouring out, and filling and pouring out, and looked at it like the well analogy that says that we essentially are energetic beings that are constantly taking on energy and then also putting energy out into this world. And if we're constantly putting out energy more than what we're actually receiving in exchange, then we're eventually going to become an empty well. Whereas if we're constantly having others pour into us, then we can seem like takers and energy vampires that are sucking. And let me tell you, shamefully, but not shamefully because I choose not to feel shame around my bad behaviors, I have been a vampire to others at times, including and especially the ones who loved me most, like my dad and my grandparents and my mom and my brother, and the ones that loved me so much and I'm so grateful for, and my heart overflows with appreciation. And then also it overflows because space is needed. in order to receive more. And so I'm okay when I cry. And some people say, Laura, don't be upset. And Laura, don't cry. And Laura, oh my God. And it's just like, dear Lord, deal with your own discomfort at facing emotions, because emotions are energies in motion. And if we do not let them out, then they become stagnant energy that then sits within our energetic system as dams that stop us from actually being all that we're meant to be. Well, what if instead of looking at my current situation like the cage that I could see it to be, what if instead I chose to see this as an opportunity to smile every day and sparkle always? As an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? There are a lot of really profound and great experiences and insights that this whole situation has brought into my awareness that has allowed me to ground all of these spiritual mental ideas and theories and principles that I've been marinating in for so long, and actually ground them into a real life experience that can help people who are dealing with mental health issues. Because what this experience has taught me is the fact that we are, as I've always said, but now can say from a different perspective, we are like mini universes into and onto ourselves. I am a microcosm of the macro. I am a holographic image of this whole thing. And that means that in me is all of it, including you, and vice versa. Therefore, I am a mirror to you, and what you like in me are things that you've owned and accepted about yourself. And what you dislike about me are simply things that you have denied, rejected, suppressed, or tried to pretend don't exist because they're aspects of you that somebody else deemed unacceptable, inappropriate, not good enough, and you took it personally and then made that part of your story. And now I say, hey, whatever you choose to do with those aspects of you that you don't like in me that are being projected out now, whatever, you do with it what you want. It doesn't mean anything to me, because I am not taking any of it personally. Whether you like me or whether you don't, that's on you. Because the thing is that I fucking love me. Pardon my language, I didn't mean to swear, but sometimes it takes having something beautiful be interrupted with something profoundly poignant, like a swear word that even SpongeBob SquarePants says is a sentence enhancer. Realize that I love myself so much that I don't need your approval, and I hope that you will get to the place where you say the very same thing too. You don't need me to tell you how good you are or that you are enough, because you already are. You are enough simply because you exist. And I say that as a beautiful person walks by me who has every right to remember that in her heart. And I hope that she does, as I hope that you will too. And realize that when we feel like we are at our lowest point, we have the opportunity to rebuild from a solid foundation, because as Tarek from the HGTV, Home and Garden Network, I heard him in an interview one time say, rock bottom was the solid ground on which I rebuilt my life. And that is exactly what I say from this cage state. So I hope this message serves you to remember that you are beautiful beyond measure, that it is your light, not your darkness, that most frightens you. That when you ask yourself, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, I say to you, who are you not to be all that you were born to be? Your playing small does not serve anyone, and there is nothing enlightened about playing small for the sake of making others comfortable. You are a child of God, whatever God you choose, whatever box you choose to put God into. Just realize that it is more than enough simply because you are who you are and what you are. And that is good enough. And now I have somebody else who wants to come and play. So I'm going to wrap this up and simply say, hey, you're amazing. And you need to remember that, because there are days that we all forget. And this message may drone on a little bit, and that's okay, because if you're still watching it, maybe, hey, you needed a few extra minutes just to say, you are enough, you always were, you always will be. And that always is in ALL-ways. Always, in all ways, you are exactly what and who you are meant to be. And if you don't like something in here, that's on you. And if you love it, that's also on you, because I'm just a mirror, as you are to me. And so with that, I say thank you very much for all of your wishes for a blessed birthday, which is today for me. And if it is not your birthday, realize that whenever your birthday comes, you can listen to this message and know just how amazing you are and just how special you made this world simply by choosing to come here now, to be on the leading edge of this thought life experience that is literally an opportunity for us to bring into reality, realistic evidence appearing legit in tomorrow's yesterday. It's our opportunity to create a reality that completely changes and revolutionizes someone's life. And I hope the first one that you choose to revolutionize, as I am choosing to do for myself, is our own. So, on that note, I'll say, Laura J, Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. May you have a blessed day.